right. Getting our lineups finalized, but we do have those bands in. So I was just making sure I've got all my T's crossed and I's dotted on my end of things here. That was Oasis, Coliseo, and Shambali, band out there from Boop Troop. Okami, their one and only band. They're on Midtown here for today. We are in week 7. This is the final week of the regular season. Let's go pull up our standings real quick. Oh, we're waiting on lineups to get finalized here. Okay. We did get that map pool lineups finalized here. And it will be Busan, Kings Row, Runa Sapi, New York City, and Watch Point, Gibraltar. Here for your 5 map first to 3 set. Let's get into map 1. Let's give me Oasis to kick us off here. Let's go. That's enough of our copyright free music. Thank you very much. It's time for some Overwatch. Let's get into it. So Saya, the new player coming in here. Constant crash outs alert. Indeed. Indeed. Oh, shoot. I didn't get a live tweet up for this. I need to get a live tweet up for this. It was so last minute. I was doing good just to get my scoreboard ready and all the logos in and everything. All right. Yep. Knock off of both sides. This has been... I know, I was looking at the point. Nope, we're going to go fight and drum up close and personal. And Cage immediately smashes down Tropic Gym. Oh, what an opening. They're out of Okami. Oh, and what a revitalized squad. I mean, y'all remember Voyager being a top tier team and was one of the best teams back in season 2. And then, you know, with just those unfortunate events, you know, weren't able to really play much. Sitting here at 4-8. Well, your 4-8 team just came out of swinging there with a flawless first fight. Looking revitalized here under the Tanuki brand. And again, Boop Troop trying to stave off that 6th loss. I think that 6th loss might be detrimental and enough to keep them out of the postseason. Exo with good amount of ult charge here towards that orbital, but the same is true on the other side. Rotation out, good speed ring here to buy some space. In comes Keeve. Oh my goodness, look at the ult charge on Keeve. They're not going to get a chance to use it. They bit off more than they can chew in that corner as Buckethead brings them down with the chatties. Looking for the new player, looking... Oh, no, that's Kaori over there. Excuse me. I don't know why I was thought... I saw Saya. I think I just saw a short name. That's what I saw. Orbital right throwing into both of our teams as Okami try to win this out without their tank. He does actually return into this fight. Death Blossom from Varsity. Able to find Exo. So, is it going to be enough? I don't know if there's enough... I don't see any sustain left here for Okami. Boop Troop able to kind of muscle through and win this one out. They haven't gotten the flip yet. One Leaf Clover got there just in the nick of time to kind of buy some extra time. Kaori now buying a few extra percentage. My goodness. That was like 15% install. Coming out there right at the end. Beautifully done. Learn to swim. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Yeah. I like where it's settled, too. I like where it's settled, too, with you, the orange and the pale green. And just in general, I like their colors. Oop. Can you just kind of take a tour of a drum into the back, see how many they can catch with that? Look like I think it just got... Yeah, no, I don't think it got anything. Duplicate out of Consta. And then we got 3 Malgas on the field. Star's going to throw down a cage fight. Keep an eye on Bucket here. Rally was up as well. Buckethead and Tropic Gym extend out to the point as it was flipped out from underneath them. And so through a losing fight, Okami are able to build an extra 10% on that. Lot spent in that last fight. No ults really available. Pretty neutral here. Keep an eye on Varsity as we turn to this corner. Put a lot of damage in the back line. Well, maybe just initially. Trying to find a little presence, but gets poked out. Couldn't really find anything. And here comes the rotation call. Now, the speed ring was used up front, and the rotation around the back. Yeah, there's going to be the speed ring engage. Ooh, beautifully baited. Nicely done with the orbital ray thrown in, thinking without their speed ring that they would be vulnerable. Later speed ring now coming in. Excuse me, a later orbital ray and Buckethead is able to get the kills. So really good job of Boom Troop to survive through that orbital. Despite kind of getting, felt like drawn into Okami's game plan. But Boom Troop live on. Live long enough to drop their own orbital in that fight. I still like the bait. Kind of bait the speed ring on the front, rotate around, and it drew them in, and then throw the orbital. It's a good play. Couldn't quite execute on it. Key dropping the cage fight here, all on the point. Buckethead gonna retaliate with Death Blossom. Rally into the mix, keeping everybody alive. Star goes down. Key, woo, goes down as well. Both Magas end up getting the brunt of it. This Buckethead, once again, just coming up with a massive amount of damage throughout the middle of these fights. 3, 4 for Buckethead in this fight. That's an ace for Buckethead on this one. And Boom Troop swinging this point all the way back. Wasn't quite a 99-0 swing, but they gave up the point in that first winning fight, so Okami is able to build up to about 85%. They even sneak out a little extra percentage, an additional losing fight, but Boom Troop continued to win it all time and time. Once they grabbed control, they never relinquished it. Just join us. Sakura and Midori got rescheduled. The planned match for tonight got rescheduled. So, kind of threw in a lot of, just saw this Okami squad now in the list. It's like, wait a minute, I didn't know there was a new new Tanuki squad. Had to get him on here. So, if you're wondering why this doesn't match the schedule I released earlier today, that would be why. Buckethead already doing so much damage early in this fight. Buckethead has just been an absolute all-star here for this Boom Troop squad. Throughout the season, a real standout, and every time I seem to get Boom Troop on. Of course, when I talk about them, they're not going to win that fight. But a lot of early damage and first blood went their way. Unfortunately, not quite able to close out. Saya, the newest player on the squad. I've seen Saya around before. I can't place where, though. Good high volley torpedoes on that one. The rush in from Star. Buckethead just absolutely surrounded. Mowed down by Varsity and company. Finding themselves in a big mismatch there. KR is going to invest this EMP, and that will secure the second fight. That was like the longest scream ever. All right, the double Balk is pretty darn powerful. Look for a quick rush down onto Key. Ooh, the drop down in the back. Where did Varsity come from? Varsity just appeared out of nowhere. Orbital Ray in as well as, that is cage fight. And rally thrown in from Boom Troop. Consta gonna strike back. Consta with the huge 3K Death Blossom at the end to turn the tide. What a duplicate. I anticipated the Malga dupe. No. It is the doppelganger of the Reaper that comes in screaming die. Yeah, it was 83-0. Thank you, Jiggleburger. Yeah. I mean, that was a pretty good comeback. That was a pretty good comeback in round one there for Boom Troop. And Consta with the big plays here to get him back in this one with 71% on the board for Okami. Also got a ton of ults out on the other side. 4 ults used through that fight. Maybe it was just 3 from from Okami, but a lot is. And Key already down here. This should just be a disengage. I think Key got in a little bit ahead of the rest of the team. Kaori perhaps wanting to play a little bit slower, build towards that EMP. Key just gets mowed down. Varsity just clearing out the top, doing a little bit of scouting, looking to see who they want to run in on. Initial positioning. Oh, and Stars just stayed out here, eat bullets. Finally, the cardiac overdrive has been used, but this might be the time to drop in, especially with Varsity getting so close. Ooh, it's a mean headshot as they drop. Has to ready for him immediately. There's the Death Blossom ready to go. In fact, it's going to be Buckethead throwing theirs down right on top of Key, taking the Maga out of the fight early, while Varsity is forced off to try to find some health. Buckethead with a clean headshot onto Varsity just as they drop. Really put a wrench in the plans of Okami. Now double support ult available here for both teams. Varsity does keep that. I don't know if that ult's going to be enough to be the edge. Although I got to say, Varsity's death blossoms have been pretty mean. We're going to get a couple of ults invested out here in the courtyard area with Stars cage fight. Finding a pair. Oh, no. That one was not mean. Varsity's ult gets completely interrupted there by the rally of Tropic Gen. Stunned down, cut down. And Boom Troop take map 1. My dog even liked it. Getting some cheers there from Bo in the background. No, I don't know why I went to my face. There we go. Let's look at some stats. Yeah, I mean, it felt like Okami was able to, get some good percentage and, win some early fights in particular. But then looking back at the stats, it's like, oh, there was only 4 team fight wins out of Okami that entire time. Well, we're looking at, double that on the other side. 33, 34, 35 elims down the board there for the DPS and tanks from Boob Troop. Varsity did have a hell of a round, though. Look at the very top. 12,000, 12.3k damage. They're out of Varsity. All right. It was Midtown banned out. Here heading into map number 2. Boob Troop get the pick.
Ready for battle.
We're headed to Kings Row. Just the supports up top for now. No hit scan here, so it's going to be the Reaper and the Echo there defensively. Okay, we're sticking with the Summer heading into map number 2. We're getting an interesting variation on the zombie comp here with the Reaper Sombra. The Blackout DPS, as I did them a long time ago. We used to see a lot of this duo, even before. I mean, but that was the Overwatch 1 zombie comp. Key taking a lot of poke damage on that approach. Yeah, it gets brought down. The cardiac overdrive is strong, but it's not strong enough to overcome that level of poke. Constant does kind of slip up a little bit. Allows themselves to get picked here at the end of the fight. That might be an opening. Oh, and Tropic Gym goes down as well. That is not good. So, I mean, Constant is, as you can see, making their way back into this now. But I imagine Key and company are going to try to take advantage of this. Varsity almost up to that Death Blossom in that very first fight. And knowing it, Boot Troop have to just kind of back up towards Hotel. I think Star thought about going around in on the flank. Keep an eye on Varsity here. It's going to be a rally engage out of the back line. Key just gets cut down immediately. Orbital right thrown on the point. I don't even think you needed it. I'm sorry, Maddie. I didn't get a chance to get a live tweet up. That was my fault. That was my fault. I had to switch matches last second, and I barely got the the logos and stuff in before match time. So that's partially my fault, Maddie. I'll take blame for that one. Legacy Overwatch, appreciate you being here. Costa had a great first map. Now using the duplicate onto the Sombra here. Oh, and look at all that damage. They just poured into Key. Absolutely nasty. Even without the getting the bonus EMP up, just getting the hack and all that extra damage in. Whew, ruthless. A little under 2 minutes left here for Okami. They did get one of those permanent ticks of progress, so they only need 2/3 of the pie. Key able to make it in without taking a truckload of poke damage. Cage fight, EMP, and Orbital invested here from Tanuki Okami. It's enough to put Varsity's name in the kill feed there 3 times. The corner stomp, I think thought about using the cage, realized they didn't need it. Good discipline there from Star. Like, they had that one in the neutral. Just a good stomp down. Won the cooldown war. Really good timing out of Star. Great aggression. Not to mention the discipline to hold on to those ultimates. Constantly up on the flank. I think just everybody being so bunched up there from Okami kind of spread out the damage a little bit. Though not all the stickies hit the one person. And they're able to spread out so it didn't do a bulk of damage. Buckethead with an aggressive Death Blossom in. The Cardiac Overdrive was keeping him alive temporarily. Varsity returns fire. Ends up being a 3-for-2 trade, favoring Okami here on this point. Constantly using the Duke and Star, using the cage fight to try to close out this 2v3, but the rally is in. And One Leaf Clover managed to keep everybody alive. Okay, or Varsity putting him down. Now keeping an eye on that EMP. There's a slight chance it could cancel the support ult, but I think it's more just the burst damage on the back of it could burn through both of those rally and orbital way. We'll see how it works out. Corey goes down, trying to push it in. The rally just immediately punishes Key. So actually, nope. The EMP needs to land on more than one for it to be more effective. Really nicely read. Felt like Boop Troop were expected that when they all scatter. Nobody hit by that. Very nicely played out of Boop Troop. Now not much left in the tank here with 90 seconds to go for Okami. Slamming in from Key with the orbital ray at the back of it. Back up to the corner. And in response there, counter fire in. Look at all the damage. Oh my. Okami are forced out of their own beam. As Boop Troop just reel back and slingshot into their face with another beautiful engagement. Beautiful fight win. Got Boop Troop look so comfortable, so at home here in this Maga meta. Overrun and past Star, trying to get as many as possible. The duplicate there from Constant. This is just a huge mess in the middle of King's Row. Chain fight galore. Oh, with the crit stop down onto Saya. The bonus cage fight will fade, but health bars oh so low. There for Okami. With only 20 seconds to go. Buckethead is at Constance's back. As you can see the flails from Shopping Gem. Another exquisite fight out of Boom Troop. I don't know if it had any losses other than their take. They do lose Star at some point in that, but Constance more than made up for the lack of take in that fight. It's gonna be overtime from here on in. Varsity dropped down, EMP out. With 1 health, Varsity hits that Death Blossom and is able to find one with it, and Kaori follows up on it for another. The smash back in from Star. Cardiac Overdrive used early in the fight. Star could be vulnerable here. Kaori decides to focus down the brig instead. Jump into the back of this should be the cart. Keep going. With overtime spawns, this might even be a second point on the board. They're going to make it back in time? Okay, they do have Buckethead here. So we are going to get a contest. Orbital Ray for this defense to work with. But that's society. It doesn't pull the trigger and get that kill onto them first. Both teams do make it out into this fight, but Star just eating the brunt of all that damage. Everybody that walks up through that tiny little choke has to deal with dual chain guns and dual shotguns. Nobody survives the blender. Double Magas inside a cage. Here for key is the Sound Barrier thrown in. One leaf clearer. I didn't even notice the Lucio swap until that Sound Barrier dropped. And what a good swap it was. What a smart change. Able to add just a little bit more versatility and that extra speed. So you got the Juicio now for a Reaper and a Maga to work with. Scary, scary stuff. Jim, where would I have seen Saya before? I recognize Saya and I can't place where from. Okay, taking in entirely too much damage. Oh, what a stun out of Chopping Gem. Varsity does get 2 before the stun comes through. It didn't feel like the Death Blossom was up for about a split second. Manages to pick up a pair of kills, but the defense stabilizes with about 7 seconds to go. There's the drop in from Kaori just to get overtime started, but I'm not sure there's anybody else left here to touch. One Leaf Clover does not make it past the Death Blossom of Buckethead. And that's going to be as far as Okami's going to get.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to actually go to their pop. Not just turn and, like, look at them. Oh, no. Wait, stop that. Full high ground defense here out of Okami. They will send Varsity down to protect Hotel, and obviously Kaori can kind of bounce back and forth.
1. Attackers in. Defend.
Once again, in kind of the double flex DPS look from both of our teams. We are getting Tropic Gym back onto the brig. or excuse me, that was One Leaf Clover. Back onto the brig. That rally was pretty gorgeous. You were talking about tropics. It was a gorgeous rally. Woo. Good job there from Okami. They push in through hotel, and I mean end up trading, but it ends up being a 3-for-1 trade, so it'll work out. And Kaori, or excuse me, that was One Leaf Clover. We'll make it back into this fight fairly quickly. Costa cut out again. Keep an eye on Kaori Pop here for a second. See what this Echo's doing. This Echo seems to be doing just so much poke damage. It's making it very difficult for Boot Troop to find any ground. They haven't even really been able to successfully push up to statue yet. There's Buckethead starting to get a little bit of pressure up front, but he comes right back in the other way. There's the slam. There's the catch of the aggression. That's exactly what Boot Troop are looking for. Consta repelling tenfold there. That's another stun onto Varsity's Death Blossom. Tropic Gym just seems to have the rally up at the perfect time. In fact, you're going to get another one there a little bit later on, Chickle, but just you wait. Just you wait. This will be about 4.5 minutes on the clock when this cap comes through. Or just a little bit of poke phase. Oh, okay. I was about to say, I thought I heard Varsity maybe going up to the window. Doesn't look like he's really trying to make a move just yet. Neither Echoes are contesting that top window, which I'm very surprised at. Usually one of the most popular ways of trying to gain entrance through this choke. Nope, just gonna walk right into a cage fight and throw the Death Blossom in. And it's just everybody smash Q. Let's see who lives. It's the duplicate hard to work through. The rally there bolstering this defense. And something that Boot Troop didn't have, but now the duplicate they're able to put in. Consta dropping this a bit later, adding a touch of sustain to this fight. Lands the stickies, the focusing beam. One Leaf Clover able to shield bash just out just in time. Star trying to chase down any kills out of the back line. Now One Leaf responds. There's the whole team pushing back in over the top. As the defense will chase down the separated Star. Already? You gotta be kidding me. I felt like he just had this thing. Varsity are able to push up, eating more time off this clock. It's already about 2 minutes taken down since point A got captured here by Boot Troop. Now we are seeing a huge lead from Exode in this orbital array. Death Blossom from Varsity immediately shut down. Nobody was even close to that. The Cardiac Overdrive was used to help survive through it. Perhaps a potential advantage over Star in that regard, but you're just missing so much damage with Varsity Nut in this fight. Yeah. Cage fight from Star. Duplicate in. There's the Death Blossom falling in from the left-hand side. Perfectly timed there from Buckethead. I love how they just wade through and kind of just wait out their moment. Make sure One Leaf Clover isn't going to stun him out, kind of come in on the backside of that fight in the late edition. Time for a contest here. Even have a few tools to work with. Most notably, this orbital ray coming out immediately. The duplicate from Consta just absolutely falls apart. And it's looking like that Echo dupe, one of the stronger ultimates here in this new Malga composition we've seen emerge. Getting knocked out of that, definitely not ideal here for Boob Troop. One of the most important tools to try to cap the second point. Granted, you do get the orbital ray out of Tanuki Okami. That's gonna be Star's cage fight. Oof. Varsity kind of gets in behind him, gets on the outside of the cage, all the way in the back side of it. And just ends up kind of unchecked on that back end. Nicely done there from Key, and good follow-up there from Varsity and Kaori. Costa thought about going up through a window, perhaps taking a different approach through high ground, and then just opts to stick with the team. You're going to get the rally rush in. Cage fight thrown in. This one is Stars, but it's absolutely surrounded, and a duplicate behind him. I mean, had all 5 players in a Star summoning the death of Star. Death Blossom on point, totally shut down. Consta trying to drop this duplicate is a last-ditch effort to get something done here on King's Row. But Tanuki and Okami are having none of it. The duplicate falls flat. And this attack is starting to fall flat. The orbital ray on the back of it. Tropic Gem gets cut down. Star has returned. And Exode, was surviving for longer than I thought. But not long enough to make the difference. Good hold here on Okami. We're going to get tied up here after this map 2. God, what a terrible close. We are now tied after this win on King's Row. There you go. Better close. Just imagine I said that last time. All right, let's go get that point on the board. Yeah, definitely a real shame to this division. This team had so many roster problems and weren't able, better late than never. You kind of like tonight's stream. Better late than never here for Tanuki Okami. But can't help but feel that they'd have been playoff contenders for sure. If they've been playing with this roster from day one. At least after that map, man. What a brilliant map. Look how close that was. And that's my takeaway from that is just look how deadlock close that map 2 was. All right. Take back a look at our bands. Hey, what happened to my Shambali band? Right, what happened? What happened? Come on. Coliseo band out here. Map number 3. We are headed back into a Tanuki Okami map pick as well. Turn down our copyright-free music. Because it's Runasapi music. Hey, at least it wasn't Li Zhong King's Runasapi. We actually had a little bit of a change-up with some Busan there at the top of the series. I'm okay with that. Time for map number 3. Is that the temple Liari destroyed? You know, I never really thought about that. Oh, thank you, Jiggleburger. I appreciate the kind words. I really appreciate that. I think that may actually be the temple that Ayari destroyed when she went super solar.
2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
All right. Both teams are sticking with the, I don't know, Zombie 2.0. The Maga Mash. This is definitely the Maga Mash. There's like no flanking. I mean, this is kind of old school death ball. Like just two death balls running at each other's face. No off angles, no flanking, just 5v5 smashing each other. The Maga Mash. It also does put a lot of reliance into those ultimates as well. Make for big ult fights. It means the ult fights are very important. Book Trip with the Spade Ring engage, pushing forward. A lot of damage into Key. That poke damage has been monstrous. Buckethead's able to hunt down Kaori on that outside. Ooh, let's go check it on Consta. Consta, ooh, drops in the Reaper dupe inside the house. Assault 30% ahead of Kaori on the other side. Finds 2 picks with it. The Swift Step, we're going to try to Death Blossom? Nah. Let's see what they can get here. This back last 3 seconds of this ultimate. You already picked up 2. I mean, job done. And a wicked fast ultimate there out of Consta. And another fight win. Checkpoint picked up. 80 meters on the board. We're not even 2 minutes into this map yet, y'all. Oh, there's a late cage fight thrown in from Star with both Tropic Gem and Buckethead already at critical health by the time the cage fight was thrown in. The rally barely even got the voice line out before they were down. Not to mention 3 ults invested from Boot Troop in that one, including both of their support ults. While Key holds on to that cage fight. I will say Consta's already up to almost another one. Oh, it's not going to matter here, though. Key trades out for that Echo, the Brig dupe from Kaori. So opting for that third support. We'll get the bonus rally in. A little extra stun to help out in that fight up against Star. Though, with the Cardiac Overdrive, Star's managed to stay topped up above that precious armor line. We're going to get a little bit of a clap back here. So, mini fight win there out of Okami. They're not able to get much past the center line, though. Let's go get some Consta pop. Oh, never mind. That's some varsity pop. Getting hunted down in the back line. Whoa! Buckethead just appeared out of nowhere. Buckethead goes flying through the left-hand side with that Death Blossom. Whoa, my. Surprise, Buckethead is here. There's a song about Mr. Buckethead, but that's okay. Buckethead now pushing around through the back. Oh, that's, I mean, just mid-orbital ray. Beautiful timing on that orbital ray out of Saya. And it ends up being the only fight necessary to win that. Muscling through the rally on the other side. Boot Troop obviously hoping they'll have the same result. Ah, Maddie, that's awesome. Nice little lore drop there from Maddie. That is really cool. Duplicate out of Kaori to try to help survive through this cage fight. And it looks like Okami just have the great positioning here around this choke. They're able to just kind of pour damage in. In fact, we're going to get the cage fight out of Key. Key wasn't done with you yet. Constant drops in their own dupe, and they're able to kind of fight out through the choke. So many Moggans, so much damage on the board. Eventually, shit starts going down. My goodness. Like, it's just insane to me how much burst damage and burst healing coming through those fights. Let's go check a look what Maddie was talking about. Ah, there you go. In Kachua. Probably got that wrong, but that's really cool. Nice little lore drop saying that, for those maybe watching on YouTube, that there's a plaque there that honors those who died in the explosion, and it's overlooking the temple. So that is, in fact, the Yari temple. And that plaque is honoring those who were injured or lost in that explosion. Cool little drop of lore there. Thank you, Maddie. All right, Rally here on the front line from Tropic Gym. Ooh, they were trying to catch Key in that hole. Key cannot escape. The overrun kind of hit the wall. They're not able to escape out of that little cubby. So here comes Boop Troop right back, threatening in the front door. Threatening right on the front doorstep of Tanuki Okami. Okay, we're with two. Meter's just stacking all the while here for Boop Troop. Buckethead just again just kind of peers off that left-hand side with Death Blossom. Key's kind of caught in it with the cage fight. There's just no escape as the orbital falls far away from the team fight there for Tanuki Okami, and everything landing just where it needs to here for Boop Troop. Now in a strong position to finish out this map, have a duplicate to work with. They do have 3 ults coming at them the other direction, including this cage fight. Cage fight's going to catch 2 in it. That's a Bionade. Saya's gone over to an Ada here, trying to hold off this last little bit. Even gets a kill onto Exo. Oh, gets that shot on a Consta too. Diana swap working out. Just right here in front. I'm going to go ahead and go back over to that Juno. Oh my goodness, that was a dangerous dupe. Everybody comes in with it. I mean, you see just how quickly they dive in on top of that. So the Echo initiated that one with the duplicate, but just gets forced right on out. Great catch there out of Boop Troop. Honestly, I'm surprised that One Leaf didn't, excuse me, Kaori didn't get knocked out of that dupe sooner. It was a really cool fight, though. Quechua? Quechua. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, yeah, thank you. Quechua. Yeah, I guess I was trying to apply too much Spanish onto it. Key, ooh, that is way deep. Key goes in for the cardiac drone, kept him alive for a moment, but with the duplicate from Consta, it was just the inevitable demise from Key. And this is going to be inevitable. Meter Edge picked up as the double Malgars push into the back. 6 guns, all pointed at the spawn of Tanuki Okami. That's the actual cage fight from Star. Varsity has kept Okami in this fight. Got the edge over Buckethead, but has Star shooting him in the back. Kaori is able to mow down Buckethead, and Star's the only one left here. So I don't think we're going to get the full cap, but it's a lot of time off the clock and a giant lead for Boop Troop. Quechua. More like Quechua. Quechua. Okay. I'm probably butchering it, but I appreciate it. I like to get it right. I like to at least try to get it right, to know how it's supposed to look at least. Somewhat supposed to sound. Whoa! Kaori just flew into space. There goes Kaori. Cage here for K might have been a little advised as the orbital ray thrown in. Beautifully timed from Exode as they're able to catch that. Oh, late investment of the Death Blossom from Varsity as well. With only 20 seconds to go, I mean, you might as well at this point. Yeah, I would anticipate some speed swaps. Oh, Sai even going over to a Moira here just for a little extra survivability. Buckethead continuing to just outshine here in this map. Oh, as I say that. Kaori is down, though. The one ult that they needed here for Okami. Key's going to get melted. Rally up from Tropic Gym is just the nail in the coffin here from map number 3. Boop Troop will take the map and go up 2-1 here on match point now for the series. The Boop Troop tank definitely seems to have this Mauga thing down. Has the Mauga mash down. Dude, the Mauga mash. It's a support smash. The Mauga mash. I caught it in between songs. I actually faded it back in all nice and it was in between songs. All right, stats from map 3. Buckethead on that Reaper. Buckethead on that Reaper. My goodness. 39 and 5. I wonder if Buckethead knows who actual Buckethead is. He's a pretty obscure guitar player. Like from the 90s and 2000s. But like an insane guitar player. When all else is done and said, along comes Mr. Buckethead. I mean, I'd be very impressed. I'd be very impressed if Buckethead actually named themselves after that guitar player. Are they a musician even? Maybe not. Probably not. Probably just saw the name and went, hey, that'd make it for a cool gamer tag. I know that's what most gamer tags are for. Oh. Okay. We're still finalizing lineups here for this 4th map. It may just indicate, you know, a quick break. I'm not seeing any changes thus far. Okay, yeah, no roster changes. Just team needed a minute. All right, just a reminder, no bans here for map 4. No clash in season 3 of FACEIT League. So you just have the 2 Flashpoint maps to choose from. This is Boot Troop's map pick. Now sitting on match point. That's really cool, Maddie. Yeah, I did a bit of research into it when Yari first released, particularly on how to pronounce Yari. And that it is still 3 syllables, but I can't roll my L's. Like in the intro, the voice actor rolls her L's, and that's why it sounds like it has 4 syllables, but it is actually very similar to the Spanish name Yari, but it has more of an L accent to it. You accentuate the L on the back of Yari. In the traditional tongue, apparently, is what I saw and read. I did a lot of research on it because I really wanted to get that pronunciation right, because Blizzard goes to so much trouble in the authenticity, particularly with Yari. I thought that was important. Good opening pick here from Key. Okami going back over into the red jerseys. Apparently, whoever's in the red jerseys is just going to win. That's basically what we're getting at here. I think that is the top tier analysis you come here for. Gene6, FRFR, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Says, let's go, Okami. It's awesome to get a look at the squad. I really believe that if they had this roster from day one of Season 3, we would see Okami with a potential playoff appearance next week. Unfortunately, I think this will be our only look at them here in FACEIT League Season 3. But they're putting up a good fight, I'll tell you what. Have first percentage here. There goes Key in on the rundown. I actually meant to go to Key's Pub and watch Star's health bar with that cardiac overdrive going. Okay, now the cardiac is gone. They've got to back up. They've left Buckethead up front, but they still had Wraith form, so they're able to kind of get out of there. Consta, God, just first to ult, it feels like every time. Kaori actually matched it here this time around. But Kaori gets taken down. As Buckethead's able to find that one. Consta's dupe is able to pick up one. The cage fight catches Seiya as well. Great dupe out of Consta, and not the first time we have said that tonight, that's for sure. So I even tried to use the orbital ray at some point through that. Heron Ugg 3T, thank you for the follow. Maybe Heron Ugget? Oh, Hero Nugget. Hero Nugget, thank you for the follow. Oh, Consta. You are a constant threat, my friend. I mean, just a force of nature here so far in this opening of map 4. 2 fight wins courtesy of Consta out of the 3 engagements we've had here. Well, if they were to go ahead and pop this rally amidst the cage fight, able to kind of duck in around this corner. Oh, but the Death Blossom in. That'll go through the corner, through your team. And this is going to be first point going to Boop Troop. Whoop! Varsity trying to get the Death Blossom in on the back of that overrun. Finds at least one. Able to chase down Buckethead. Did the bulk of the damage with the Death Blossom. Follow-ups on Star as well on top of that. So, really nicely done. 1 ult and 1 fight wins. Varsity takes them all down. The Death Tornado. We're going to get the Malga comp right now. This definitely seems the most high value of... I mean, we have seen the Reaper dupes work to great effect. But there it is. The extra cage fight thrown in. Even though there's definitely been some players lost here for Okami as they've muscled through. I think they lost 1. Now they just lost Seiya as well. But it's a war of attrition that they're able to win out. And now just have to hold on for 1 more fight to snag the 2nd point away. Okami's a super cool name. All 3 of their names are really cool. With Tanuki, Tapire, and then now Okami. Oh my goodness, what an overrun! That got the boop and then into the critical smash. Immediately taking Exode out of this fight. Not allowing them to build up towards that orbital ray. Putting Seiya way ahead now. Yeah, the best I can do is just try to put a little bit of an L on the back of the Ayari. Because I know it's not Ayari. That's the Spanish pronunciation's Ayari. The more authentic, I guess, I'm not sure, yeah, it would have been, I forget the name of that language. But yes, it has the L on it. Oh, cage fight in. I'm probably railing about that way too much. It's all right. This was, there you go. That was a fight. You have cage fight, you've got rally. Okami invests nothing into that one. I do my best. I'm sure I'm still getting it wrong. I do my best, though, friends. Convergence there on the backstar. Trying to fend them off. Double death blossoms on top of each other. Oh my goodness. Orbital Ray being the difference maker through that one. Turns out pretty strong ultimate. Also had duplicate used through that as well. I mean, that was a, what, 5 ult fight there out of Boop Troop. Duplicate used here in the early stages of this one. Okay, Orange going face to face, but he's dropped. So this is the only tank here. And the cage fight won't last but a pixel on the screen. A frame, if you would. Sarn Constant do get cut down. Varsity and Saya, what was that? They just come flying back through. And despite early losses, Varsity is able to swing a 3v5 there. Both Key and Kaori falling early. The ult falling flat. Saya not able to get their ult into that fight. I think Saya may... No, Saya was still up. I remember seeing Saya flutter around there. It's just Varsity. Varsity clutching. Saya got some good tornadoes. And now we're going to get the orbital. Slight delay on it. You see Varsity just kind of hanging back. Now they're going to slow push forward with it. Kind of awkward, the slow moving ultimate with the super fast composition. Rally up here on the front line. Let's get some one-leaf clover pop. Ooh, that's a lot of damage in trying to back up down the hallway. Keythrow is in the cage fight. And we're going to get the Death Blossom invested into it too. Varsity once again almost trying to swing this thing. One-leaf clover is able to move it and pick up one. Can't get... Ooh, will get the kill on a Buckethead. Unreal tenacity out of Okami here. And they got a great spawn here on this next point. There's the bonus Malga. Right on top of Star. And it's just the extra cardiac. I mean, 2 cardiac overdrives into a fight is nasty. Though that's not enough to keep Varsity alive through that one, apparently. Key's not in this fight either. It's a 3v3 on this point. Both supports alive. Kaori versus Buckethead. Buckethead gets topped up before the focusing beam can get that extra damage. Constant returns here with the duplicate. Immediately taken out of that one, but the reinforcements are on this point. One-Leaf Clover has the rally into the mix, but so does Tropic Gym. As they go face to face, Tropic Gym low, hit by a volley of stickies and the mace of One-Leaf Clover. Now all the attention turned to Star, and they bring the Maga down. And this is going to be a first fight win here for Tanuki Okami. One step closer to that map 5. Oh, Exo. Fortunate that that didn't get canceled. And very fortunate indeed. Is Constant Star going to leverage that into some revenge kills. 3v3 on the point, but that is a very low Varsity just getting punched in the face by a very large gun. Sayonara Saya. Boop Troop now back in control at this point. Maddie was somehow exactly right with how you remember the plaque translations. Just had that locked in. Had that locked in. Hey, that's a cool piece of lore drop. Love it. Oh, I love this cage fight too. It looks like they got a lot in there. Everybody's close up. Varsity gets 3. Double DPS ults invested here from Okami. Is it enough to take the map? They clean up the kill onto Consta fairly quickly. I think there's going to be time for one more fight. It's just Buckethead's ultimate they have to worry about. One Leaf Clover has been so good here with these rallies. There's the Death Blossom out! Rally is there, but not close enough for the stun. Barely close enough for the team. Can't get the packs in time to keep Key and Kaori alive. Very convincing fight win out of Boob Troop, as they keep things interesting here on New Junk City. Get some Sayapov. Newest addition here to this Okami roster. Okay, well, we've seen this comp very much like to stick together, so it seems to be a very split approach out of Okami. There's the run in. Rally up from Tropic Gen as they take the front line. Star with a beautiful slam right on the back of it. That's the shield bash into the overrun, and it's a mean combo. And it's going to be the end of Okami here. It's going to take one final point if they want to send this to that map 5. Oh, Star, you stick it out there? All right, all right. A little just waving hello to each other. With their guns, of course. Whip around to the outside. There's the jump in. Cage fight up. We're going to get the orbital. Ooh, Saya's way in the back of the fight. The orbital is not in time. It's too late. It does not get it into the cage before Okami has been destroyed. Now even a stagger kill onto Varsity just to buy some extra percentage. I kind of like this camera. It's like a security cam. All right, anyway. How can you not love the gorgeous Frenchman Constantine and his pals? Who's Constantine? Oh, Constant. Duh. Hello, I knew that. I knew that. Oh. That's a big cage fight there. Death Blossom stunned out. Good play from One Leaf Clover. Does it. Buys time. Varsity drops theirs in, but Buckethead gets the kill onto One Leaf Clover, and Constance still flying through the skies. You do still have a support here, but that's it. It's just Saya left to hold on to this point. Desperately trying to stay alive in this 1v3, and I think that's going to do it. One Leaf Clover making a swap. I don't think anybody is going to make it back. That's going to be the map. Boob Troop. Swing this one around. GG's in chat. Boob Troop will hang on to their playoff hopes as they get the win over Okami today. There it is. That is the series in the bag. Oh, I thought we had that. I thought we had it's Constantine. Constantine. It's Constantine. I thought they had that in the map. I thought Okami was sending us to that map 5. Oh, it was so close. It was so close. Especially when they got the stun in. And then, you know, we see Varsity come through with the Death Blossom. I thought they had that one. Just wasn't quite meant to be. Wasn't quite meant to be. But I am so glad that we got to get this Tanuki Okami squad on stream here before the season ended. Oh, man. What a good look, and it's good to see him still. Good to see these players have found a new home, have managed to not fall apart. They pulled this roster back together. And hopefully 2025 brings good things to this Tanuki Okami squad. Look forward to seeing him again. Boob Troop, like I said, able to put a very important dub on the board today. moving up to 8-5 on the season. Doesn't get them out of hot water entirely. Impact sitting 8-4. All Spartans sitting 8-4. These teams have not played. Let's see. No, Boot Trooper are sitting 8-5 now, so they're in good company. But you can see there's not really a 6-loss mark yet. This one's gonna be close. This one's gonna be close. Lion, Buckethead, thank you for the follows. Thank you for the follows, friends. Buckethead looking as mean as ever. Psych, I'm so sorry. GG's. Hey, I'm glad I got to get you on stream, though. I'm glad we got to look at you. You seem to be an awesome addition to this team. I mean, just slotting right in. Just slotting right in. So I'm sorry this one didn't go your way, but I have big hopes for Okami for 2025. I hope y'all keep it going. I hope y'all keep it going. Definitely have some wonderful synergy on the squad. I mean, what a great match. What a great match. It's a shame. Shame they didn't fight us sooner in the season. Light, thank you for being here. Yeah, crash out for Consta. Crash out for Consta. Buckethead, I have to know. I have to know. Did you name yourself after the guitar player? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. If you didn't, you should definitely look up Buckethead, the guitar player. You should definitely. Woo. All right. Well, friends, I think that's about all I got for you for tonight. It was a good one. It's a good way to kick off our final week here in Season 3. Let's see what else I have coming up for you this week. Tomorrow for MEA, we're going to have Everfrog taking on Good Guys, two of your biggest up-and-comers there in the T3 scene in MEA, going head-to-head. Definitely two playoff hopefuls. A potential look at the playoff, perhaps a potential playoff matchup. I don't know how many times I could say playoff in that sentence. And tomorrow night, we're going to have Small Indie Team taking on Impact, two teams that are still fighting for those playoff slots. So I think this is a matchup that could have some impact towards, towards the postseason. It's also the only match going on tomorrow. Literally the only match being played on Tuesday. So I'll get you that one. And then later on in the week, we'll round off with Blast Off Buds taking on ACU, our marquee matchup of the week here. Two of our higher ranked teams in NA Expert. So that'll be your final match for NA for the week, and the final match of NA Expert. Well, for the most part, barring some reschedules. I think there's a reschedule happening on Sunday or something. But anyway, thank you for hanging out, friends. Thank you so much. Once again, big shout out to our two teams, Tanuki, Okami, and Boot Troop for getting back to me so quick. I'm so sorry it was such a last minute, late notice kind of thing. But thank you so much for allowing us to get you on stream. It was an awesome match. Do appreciate it. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Appreciate all the follows and all the support. It means the world. It means the absolute world. That's all I got for you. Y'all look out at each other, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye, y'all.